Yeah, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Victor Obasuyi, and the channel is My Take on It with Dr. Victor Obasuyi. Today, I'm going to be talking about confidence. Yeah, you heard me right. Confidence. Confidence. What exactly is this thing called confidence, and why is it very important for us to develop it and also encourage our kids and words to have it? Virtually everything we do in life has a lot to do with how confident we are in terms of the way people rate us. And what is it about confidence that people are looking for? Most times you go for job interviews, they're looking for how confident you are. At school, they're looking for how confident you are. Why do we go to school? A lot of people will tell you, oh, so we can make more money. I don't think that's the main reason. You can do every other thing and still make more money. School teaches you confidence. And how do they do it? They teach you competence. For you to have any certificate, it means you've met the basic requirement or you fulfill the basic requirement to hold that document as far as your peer level is concerned. The same way, if you go for vocational training, you have to go to an apprenticeship program. That apprenticeship program, what does it do? Teaches you competence. Competence brings confidence. You can't be confident in something that you're not competent in. And you can never be competent in something that you've never done before. Practice makes perfect. Nobody ever learned to ride a bike without falling. I don't think there's anyone out there. Nobody goes to a doctor's office when the patient he has never performed any surgery before, and is going to use you as a guinea pig. Of course, you won't. But when you see a doctor that has his medical certificate displayed on the wall, obviously, in your mind, you believe that, okay, this person knows what he or she is doing. Right? At least the certificate itself shows that the person has met the minimum requirement to perform that job. How you now decide is I'm going to go to Dr. A, I'm going to Dr. B, depends on their confidence level. Most times, patients can rate them. Right? And that confidence comes from the way they carry themselves and the competence. Most times, you may not be able to judge how competent the person is, but you can look at the confidence level and say, okay, you know what, I think this person knows what he or she is doing. If I go to Mercedes, I take my car in for repair. If I look at the technician, the fact that the person is hired by Mercedes tells me that, okay, this person knows what he or she is doing. But if you ask me who do I prefer, I look at the way the person carries him or herself, and I say, okay, you know what, I prefer my car to be serviced by this person. And that, again, depends on competence and how the person carries himself. So confidence is the ability to marry those two qualities, courage and competence. That's where confidence comes in. Some people are very competent, but they don't carry themselves very well. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really, they can't marry the two. So they're smart and they're competent, but they don't present themselves well. So most times they still may go for a job interview and not get it. Then you have the ones that they carry themselves very well, but they don't have it up here. And that's when people say you can fake confidence. Go out there and fake it. Instead of, for me, I believe, instead of going out there to fake confidence, work on competence. There are areas where I may be confident. There are some areas where I don't. So the whole essence is, how do you build your confidence? And based on my understanding and experience, I believe there are two ways. Repetition to improve your competence. And then when you're competent, then marry it with how you carry yourself, and your confidence level will become very high. But the key word is competence. Without competence, you're going to be faking confidence at every point in time. So instead of faking confidence, improve your competence. As time goes, when you go into the field, by repeating the whatever you're doing from time to time, you become much more experienced at it. The more experience you have, the more competent you are, the more confident you become, the more value you attract. And that's why one person is paid X amount, then the professional in that field is paid a lot more. And that's because of the confidence, competence, and everything that the professional carries. Of course, it's not unusual for a newbie to perform better than someone that has been there for a very long time. In our field, that's not unusual. The truth is, some people may have been doing this over and over again, and they just depend on the knowledge that they acquired when they graduated from school. They don't upgrade themselves. So technology evolves every day. If you don't evolve along with it, of course you become a dinosaur in your own field. And at the end of the day, the newbie that just graduated may perform better than you. But I believe strongly that even with our kids, those two things, those two qualities, competence and courage, has to be encouraged as much as possible. Confidence is no use if you're very competent and you cannot carry yourself properly. The same way, you carry yourself properly but you don't have the competence. Again, confidence, that level of confidence becomes questionable. So one has to be able to marry both. Every one of us have something that they're not confident about. You cannot be confident in everything. And you cannot lack confidence in everything. A lot of people come around and say, okay, look, how do you do this? I'm not confident in front of the camera. I'm not confident doing this. I'm not confident doing that. The truth is, there's nobody that's born with confidence. I don't think there's anyone. It's something that will develop over time. So for those that believe it's going to happen one day, I doubt if it will. For every one of us, you have to take the baby steps before you learn to walk, before you start to jump. You cannot wake up one day without going through those baby steps and think you're going to start jumping. It's almost going to be, an impossibility. So the same way with confidence. With our kids, we have to constantly ingrain it into their heads. Whatever it is that you're struggling with, repeat it every day. Keep trying. None of us learn to ride a bike without falling. It's just as simple as that. The same way with confidence. Whatever it is, I believe everyone can overcome it, but it takes the willpower to know what it is that you lack confidence in and how to overcome it. Trial. Just keep repeating it. Of course, people are going to laugh. You're going to make mistakes because that's the biggest thing. Most people are afraid of making mistakes or people what the next person is going to say. Who really cares? Right? It's your own problem. You are the one that's dealing with it. You are the one that have the confidence issue on that particular topic or insecurity. But if you decide you're going to overcome it, you will. There's nothing that one puts his or her mind to that you cannot overcome. There is nothing that we cannot overcome. It takes the willpower to say, look, this is the problem and I'm going to overcome it. Try, repeat it. You will one day master it. There's nobody that's born a genius. But some people have, they're born with a higher intellectual capability or higher IQ than others. But they develop it to become what we call geniuses. Everybody works on their weakest point to improve it. And that's the same thing I see in confidence. I've seen kids that are very, very smart come for job interviews, but they don't carry themselves very well. At the end of the day, they probably don't get accepted. Everyone looks for that person, that candidate that can marry those two qualities: competence and courage, and then exudes a lot of confidence. I'm an optometrist. If you ask me about the eye, of course my confidence level is going to be very high when I'm talking to you about it. If you ask me about to describe an airplane engine, of course I'm not an aeronautic engineer. My confidence level will dwindle. It's as simple as that. So, but it's very important for us to encourage our kids to build their confidence level, self-confidence. Very important. They go for job interviews. The interviewer is looking for two things: competence and confidence. The way they carry themselves and how much they know. Most people will tell you can go out and fake the confidence. Well, you may be lucky and not get caught. But once the tire hits the road, you will get caught. Because you can only fake it for a short while before the truth will come out. And competence comes from repeating the same thing over and over again. Thank God for Dr. Google. He's never tired to answer our questions. What you don't know, go to Google and find out. Google will give you tips. YouTube will give you tips if you're ashamed to ask people. Whatever tips you get from there is up to you to now work on it and improve in that area. One cannot continue to fake confidence. It will fail one day. The truth will come out one day. The energy it takes you to fake confidence, you can channel that energy towards learning the real thing. I just thought I'll share this with you guys. We have kids that are growing up, especially those of us that have this color. We need to teach our kids competence. We must learn not to limit ourselves. I just thought I'll share this with you guys, and I hope you learn one or two things from it. But if you also have tips on how you think one can build his or her self-confidence, please leave those tips in the comment section. I'm sure we'll all benefit from it. Nobody knows it all. We're all here to learn. Every dream, once you break it down, it becomes a plan. So you have to do the work and decide, this is something that I need to figure out. This is something that I need to do. This is something that I need to be better at in order to be more confident at it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you at the next video.